Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for Denver. It's Rivers on the wing. Porter looking it over. To the inside. Gordon takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
Lillard against Rivers. And Lillard kicks to Little. Clock at 6.
That's size winning out. I mean, he needed every single inch to haul in that rebound.
Campazzo covered by Lillard. Back to Jokic. And he banks in the layup. Jokic has got his second basket of the night.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Back to Rivers. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Jokic finds Rivers. Nurkic with the double team. And it's Gordon with the finish.
There is the unselfishness that coaches love so much. Rivers doing a great job getting it to the open man.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Lillard, wow, hammering it in.
Oh, it's easy to forget about Lillard's hops. I mean, this guy has some sick dunks up his sleeve.
Gordon, the pass to Rivers. Inside. Here's Jokic. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. 6 points for Jokic.
And you better hammer Jokic to get him off on his shot. The Serbian is a solid 7-footer and laser focused.
Lillard attacking.
And that's just great work there to get in the shooter's face and then go and corral that backboard.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And then for Denver, Paul Millsap's checked in for Porter. And it's Harrison in for Austin Rivers. Here's Gordon. That shot, no good. Good work defensively by Anthony. Kicks it out to McCollum. The 3. Harrison with the rebound. Denver leading by 3. Gordon with it. Now defended by McCollum. 1:04 left in the first quarter of the game. Jokic passes to Millsap. From 12 feet out. Back to Jokic. Outside Gordon. Over Anthony. And another miss by Denver.
That's the only way to hold him in check. He's got it inside. You got to have a body on him right away.
Now here's McCollum. He's covered closely.
What a dead-eye McCollum is from that range. Such a tremendous feel for the mid-range jumper.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Harrison kicks to Gordon. Passes it to Jokic. Here's Harrison. Back to Jokic. Free throw line jump shot. The Nuggets with another miss.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And Cantor able to finish.
When it comes to offensive rebounding, Cantor has led the league in offensive boarding rates. I mean, when you think about it, perhaps the best at picking up his teammates' misses.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. It's the Trailblazers. They lead by 1. From Portland.
I look to the times where things are going well. So
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Yeah, they're clawing, they're grinding, they're doing anything they could to make the most of their possessions.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Anthony. And it's Cantor in at center. Pass to Harrison. Campazzo. He's guarded by McCollum. Pass to McGee. Outside, Green. And it's McGee with the jam.
Well, that's just too easy for McGee. I mean, the minute he establishes position in this area, the defense is done.
Now Powell. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And here's McCollum for 3. Rebounded by McGee. McCollum's gone 2 for 5, shooting 40% from the field here. The pass to Harrison. Outside, Green. The dish to McGee. Got a piece of it. Anthony with the bucket. Anthony's got his first 2 points of the night.
Yeah, just superb focus there from Melo, overpowering the D and still finishes.
Back to Harrison. To the middle. And here's McGee. Campazzo. And the first shot of the night for him, missing. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. He gets it in there. Powell's got the lead up to 4 now for Portland.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Here's Harrison, guarded by Powell. Harrison passes to McGee. Hits that one, nice pass, leading him to the bucket. McGee's got 5 points so far. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table. But in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Lillard misses. And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. One-on-one fast break. 17-foot shot on the way. And there's Lillard. That's good on the assist by Little.
Entering the NBA, I knew he needed to develop his mid-range game. He did it, and it's opened things up for him.
Porter with it. Lillard picks him up. Porter kicks to Rivers. That shot misses. And it's Portland the other way. Here's Jones, and Jones with the stuff.
What unselfish play from Lillard. This guy's no problem giving it up, especially when his teammate's wide open.
Rivers passes to Green. And now Portland on the break. Lillard with the ball. Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock.
Yeah, and they're shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Rivers dishes to Green. Lillard against Porter. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Nasir Little picks one up.
And the athleticism and size of Porter creates problems for the defense. Hard to guard without getting physical.
And Portland making a change here. Hollis Jefferson's checked in. Jokic has checked in for the Nuggets. Aaron Gordon comes in for Harrison. Lillard surveying the D. That one good for 2. Lillard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Rivers. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And last season, he was a 70% free throw shooter, something I'm sure he'd like to improve.
And Rivers works hard when he's in the game. That's what you love about him. He's at his best when he's shooting the ball with confidence.
Here's Lillard. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Lillard's got 11 points.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. The deepest hole they got themselves into in the opening. And that's...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. Michael Porter's out there with Gordon. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Rivers. This is it to Rivers. Back to Porter. To the paint. Nurkic with the steal. Little with the ball. Picked up by Rivers. And it's sent back by Jokic.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the timing. The offensive player better think twice next time.
Campazzo. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
So he gets them both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Here's Lillard. He's got 11. Outside, Jones. On defense, the Nuggets. They trail by 6. And it's Lillard missing.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big man. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all.
Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Tips it up, and Cantor able to finish. Cantor's got the lead up to 8 now for the Trailblazers.
An 0-for-3 start to the first half is finally behind them. I mean, now maybe they can get something rolling.
Pass to Rivers. Jokic against Nurkic. Here's Rivers from 10 feet out. 6 on the shot clock. Porter passes to Rivers. Nurkic with the block.
Oh, this is the impact Nurkic makes on the defensive end. Effective at reaching out and stifling shooting.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
You have to go to your best scorers. I mean, it's a smart strategy, and so far, it's paying off in this game.
Here's Porter. And the rebound by Nurkic.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Little kicks to Cantor. Nurkic dishes to Lillard. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Porter passes to Jokic. Misses from close range.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yes, that goes in.
He's got the hot hand right now. As long as he can keep getting open, they've got to keep feeding him.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Harry Giles is checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Little. Powell, he's checked in for Derek Jones. And McCollum subbed in for Lillard.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
But they're playing well as a unit, taking shots they know they can make and building this lead.
Campazzo. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Such a savvy player. Love watching Jokic battle for positioning on the offensive glass.
It's McCollum with the drive. McGee with the block. The shot's good from Cantor.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Cantor against Jokic. Pass to Harrison. There's a minute left in the third quarter of the game. And McGee kicks to Gordon. McGee with it. Now Anthony defending. Gordon with no one around. Sinks the three-pointer. Gordon's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And Gordon understands the importance of stretching the floor. And he remains a capable three-point shooter.
Here's McCollum. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Portland shooting their first foul shots of the night here. And he makes the first.
You know, if you got game, you got game. And we're starting to see more players come from small schools and going to become special talents like McCollum. You don't see it too often, but it's definitely starting to happen. It shows you what happens when you put in the work.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Paul Millsap's checked in for JaVale McGee. Jermichael Green comes in for Jokic. And it's Austin Rivers in for Shaquille Harrison. Millsap misses.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Portland shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. .15 seconds left in the third quarter. He kicks it to Rivers. Gordon deciding where to go with it. And he makes good on the layup. Gordon's got 5 points now this quarter.
And there's just so much athleticism to Gordon's game. Good luck trying to contain him inside.
And so it's Portland with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on a platter and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Anthony, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Kicks it to Rivers. Dishes it to Gordon. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Lillard with it. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Lillard has a scorer's mentality. He's tremendous at going strong and earning a trip to the line.
So for the Trailblazers, Nurkic checked in for Anthony. Little comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, and Jones subbed in for McCollum. And a switcher also for Denver. Porter's checked in for Aaron Gordon. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
McCollum's checked in for Damian Lillard. Now here's Porter. Covington with the steal. On the wing, Jones. He dishes it to Covington. Portland moving the ball around. McCollum left side. Nurkic. Kicks it out to Covington. Now the pass to Little. And it's McCollum in the corner. And another shot. Here's Nurkic. Passes it to Little. And here's Jones. Covington in the corner. Out to the wing. McCollum outside. Tries yet again. He lays it in. And the Trailblazers lead by 20.
Poise from the veteran guard. I love how calm McCollum is when the pressure is on.
Here's the dish to Rivers. Right side, Porter. Campazzo, he's guarded by Nurkic.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
A 3 from McCollum. Jones finds McCollum. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
He does all the little things. I mean, he does the big things. He's got them in front with another outstanding performance.
Pass to Green. Dishes it to Rivers. Back to Green. Nurkic with the steal. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. And a wide open look for McCollum. That 3 off the mark.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Such a wide open look. McCollum's got 12 points here in the second half.
With the quick, accurate release, McCollum thrives on catch and shoot opportunities.
Now Rivers to stop the drought, and Green with the lay-in.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
McCollum outside. There's the 3. Rebound by the Nuggets.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Portland.
And as we watch the game wind down, you have to look back at all the second chance points these guys generated.
Yeah, they clearly won the second chance points category. Possession after possession, we watched them go after the ball and make misses turn into makes.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Lillard.
Oh, man, anticipation, instincts, energy, all his tools were on display tonight as he lit the place up.
Rivers passes to Jokic. Rivers dishes to Millsap. Campazzo. And the shot falls short this time.
He's going to have a tough time hitting that if he can't create a little more space for himself.
McCollum kicks to Lillard. From deep 3-point range. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Oh, trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now. That's nice hustle up the court. I mean, a nice pass to reward that hustle.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Portland again missing. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Jokic, and the layup is good.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, how they ended this one is much different than how they started it. And that's a shame.
And a deep three from Lillard. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
And you can tell Lillard loves to test his range. I mean, he's showing how confident he is pulling the trigger.
From the top of the key, it's off. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the 4. And for Portland, we've got Little. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then it's Jones. And it's Lillard in at the 1 spot. Here's Little. And it's Little finishing it off.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
Woo, one of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And Nasir Little, a player who fell on draft day, ended up with Portland. You know, he didn't do much as a rookie, but the potential is there.
For Nasir Little, it's going to come down to the defensive end of the floor. If he can get minutes out there and show that he's willing to get down in the stance, become a stopper, some of that offense is going to come along as a byproduct of playing with better offensive players.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking, jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
Nurkic, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
280 pounds. I think Nurkic is well within his means to score past contact.
George against Jones. And George with the stuff.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. Out to the right wing. Little kicks to Lillard. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. It doesn't go for him. Some solid defense there from Jackson. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. George looking over the floor. Nifty move. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. Little dishes to Lillard. Fires the 3. Excellent D there from George. On offense, here are the Clippers.
Wow.
Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. Now here's Lillard. It's Covington on the wing. Covered by Morris. Stolen by Zubac. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. And that's going to be a travel. So Portland ends up going with the new group. The Clippers also making some changes. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Morris. Luke Kennard comes in for George. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Here's McCollum. And that one goes long.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Rondo's shot is off. Portland trailing here. Portland moving the ball around. Count that one. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back 3, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer. Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
Man, I love that list. You're right on. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Rondo looking around. That's tipped. They get it back. And the dunk by Zubac. Here's McCollum. No points in the game yet for him. Down low. Cantor's shot is off.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
It's almost hard to believe that somebody can throw it down like that.
It's a small club, right, Greg? I mean, it's a
Very
pretty small club, that's
Very
for sure.
exclusive.
He can really rise up.
And the defense knows this. Somebody has to come over to contest.
And Cantor able to finish.
Like when his motor is running and he's playing with high levels of energy, Cantor is a monster on the offensive glass.
Platoon passes to Rondo. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Gets it to go. That one good from Giles. Giles has got his second bucket of the night.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Here's Rondo, and he could not get that one to... And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Trailblazers out in front. They lead by 2. From Portland.
I think it comes from the...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Throughout that first, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
You know, they really made a lot of good quality reads down there. Took some chances, but feeling more calculated than risky.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. They've got Batum. He's out there with Paul George. Patrick Beverly out there with DeMarcus Cousins. And it's man in at the 2.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
Yeah, we love when great offensive players get in a scoring rhythm, but Paul George right now in a great passing rhythm tonight.
Now here's McCollum. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Kicks to Carmelo. Cantor, the pass to Pop. 5 to shoot. McCollum, no good.
I've not seen him shoot this poorly, guys, in a game this season.
No good from Cousins. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Portland Trailblazers. It's a 3-point game.
Well, if you go to Lehigh, of course, you're going to make smart plays. McCollum good at sensing when his man was going to be wide open.
Beverly against McCollum. Stolen by Cantor. Here's Powell. It's a hand on it, and Cantor able to finish. Cantor's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. And George, here we go. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Here's McCollum. That's his first basket of the game. 1 for 6 and looking for more.
Well, McCollum has shown the ability to get inside and also finish. It's just how shifty he is.
Cantor against George, and it's in there. George has got 6. This tug-of-war game continues.
And guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
Here's McCollum. Here's Giles. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Patrick Beverly. Lillard looking around.
And to the point now where Lillard is just as good at creating his own shot or spotting up off the ball. Keeps defenses guessing.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Here's the lob to Lillard. He can't get it to go. The Clippers in the lead, and now the Clippers on the break. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Paul George with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. Morris with the ball.
Guy's got some of the best hands in the league. Paul George instincts right there. Pokes that ball away.
To the middle. Got a piece of it. Back to Lillard. 50 seconds left in the first half. The 3. The offensive rebound. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
George finds Cousins. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. This is his first free throw of the game. First one falls for him. Hyundai Hollis Jefferson, he's checked in for Portland. And so he makes both from the line. Clippers leading by 3. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Rondo. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
Embracing the hit on the way up. Rondo hard to take down. Even when he gets bodied up a little bit, the balance stays there.
Lillard against Rondo. Lillard attacking. Whistle blows. Bucket. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Some good moments from both teams, but... And that'll about...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Robert Covington out there with Little. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Jones in at the 2 guard. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. Now here's Little. He's covered by Leonard. And it's Little finishing it off.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. Jackson up top, covered by Lillard. They get it again. They shoot again, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Damian Lillard.
That's a smart play Jackson will keep going back to. He knows he'll make it to the rim, get fouled, or maybe both.
And so Jackson nails both of them. Trailblazers trail by 3. Lillard outside. And he converts the layup. Lillard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Big time drive from Lillard, and the contact. He has the mindset just to slough it off.
George passes to Morris. That one doesn't go. Good D by Covington. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Knocks it loose. Paul George with the steal. Nurkic with the steal. Jones kicks to Covington. Lillard against George. Oh, the power on that threw down.
Another reminder that Damian Lillard can be explosive, and we love it.
Left side Jackson. Pass to Zubac. Outside for George. Lillard with the rebound.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Here's Little. And the pass to Nurkic. To the wing right side. Lillard outside. Launches it. Good for his 6th make, and a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
Here's Jackson. That one's off. Still out of sync.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Here's Lillard. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Man, at the point guard position, are you kidding me? Explosive scoring ability and body control. That results in a bucket and a free throw.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Giles comes in for Robert Covington. Anthony's checked in for Little. And it's Powell in for Derek Jones. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Zubac. Luke Kennard comes in for Morris. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for George. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Reggie Jackson. McCollum's checked in for Lillard. And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile 1 block.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
McCollum against Rondo. Now here's McCollum, guarded close. Great positioning on the putback. Giles has got the lead up to 9 now for Portland.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Outside Rondo. And it's blocked. And they're able to recover. And Leonard gets it to go. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. McCollum outside. Over Rondo. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Lays it up off the glass. McCollum's got his second basket of the game.
Well, he knows how to get the shot off at any time on that pick and roll. Natural instincts taking over, and the experience helping McCollum as well.
Batum dishes to Leonard. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. And the Clippers making a switch here. Man's checked in. McCollum outside.
Been a struggle for him tonight, but if they can make this lead hold up, he can just chalk this up as one of those nights.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Passes to Giles. And here's Beverly. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverly trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. McCollum passes to Powell. Here's Cantor. 5 on the clock. Pass to Giant. Stolen by Beverly. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And it's Leonard missing.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
Completely lost focus. You can't get 2 steps ahead.
And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the 4th.
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus.
And so it's Portland bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we note, is peripheral vision.
4th quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. 4th quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. So for the Clippers right now, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's Zubac in at the 5 roaming the paint.
Well, this is where that sweet handle of McCollum's comes into play. When he goes on the dribble drive, very few defenders can get in good position to slow him down.
Beverly, and they pick up 2.
Man, that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
Leonard with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. Batum leading the charge. Kennard kicks to Beverly. And 2 free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He barely missed that one.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverly rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverly is going to be right in your jocks for every minute that you're going to be competing against.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for hammering it in.
Well, he can shoot the 3, so defenses have to go out and overplay him, and that's what creates lanes for him to do stuff like that.
Nobody near George. Good on the triple.
Confident and composed on the 3-point shot at a critical juncture.
It's Covington on the wing. Back to Lillard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Now Lillard just a menace when he's driving inside, forces the D to act, which is why he gets those calls.
Rajon Rondo's checked in for the Clippers.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Uses the glass to finish the layup.
He sees the court so well, Rondo. As soon as the lane opened up, he was all over it.
Lillard outside. But they'll get another chance. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Zubac the pass to Rondo. Outside, George. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
That's why you turn to Paul George. These moments are for PG.
Lillard outside. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And an intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
McCollum's checked in for Jones. The Clippers also making some changes. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And the block shot turns into a shooting foul. So the defensive effort there a bit too much, as the officials will send him to the line, and he'll shoot some free throws. So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 1.
Think about Paul George in his second year in the NBA being named the most improved player. He's just gotten better from that point. And you don't have to win an award every year to prove it.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Cantor's checked in. Here's Lillard. Moves back up. Passed a little. From outside the arc. They grabbed their own miss. McCollum outside. Lillard from outside. Cousins pulls it in.
And, you know, it's almost as if he wore himself out with that performance in the last quarter. He hasn't had nearly the same kind of energy in this one.
Oh, and they take the lead. Cousins has got his first bucket in this one.
Cousins with a clutch bucket there.
Lillard with it. To the paint. Nurkic dishes to McCollum. Good on the shot.
You remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
George against Nurkic. And George kicks to Cousins. Money!
And how about Cousins stepping up? A little leadership role here down the stretch.
Lillard outside. And it's Lillard again missing.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Here's Cantor. It falls. He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
Well, he's made some big shots dating back to his playing days in Europe. Cantor coming through here in the clutch.
Here's Leonard. Count it!
And as a defender, you are left somewhat helpless to stop that. Leonard with too many moves in his arsenal and a flood of ice water in his veins.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They trail by 2. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Paul George.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their...
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. with
Kevin, thanks.
Thanks, David. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Short a rotation player, nothing they can't overcome, but it does shrink your margin for error just a bit.
Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 slot. And for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Little in at the 3, the small forward.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And last year, excellent at the free throw line, just a shade under 90%.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Jones against Doncic. And there's the call on Jones. That's his first foul. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Here's Finney Smith. Off target from outside.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
That's a 2 from Lillard. Offensive rebound. Lillard outside. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Doncic against Lillard.
Well, this is what you call your big man playing big. Terrific work on the glass.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Nurkic, great positioning on the putback.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Doncic passes to Richardson. To the inside. Pass to Finney Smith. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation for the Trailblazers. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Derek Jones. Dallas also making some changes. Hardaway's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
Portland leading. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance.
Pressured that shot by getting a hand up just as good as a block.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are. But look at the Grizzlies. I think they got 2 terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
Here's Brunson after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. Or kicks to Brunson. From outside, off the mark. And here's Portland. They're on a 10-2 run here.
Well, Norman Powell these last several seasons has turned himself into a knockdown shooter. And obviously last season much more involved on the offensive end. And that, to me, was his best performance to date.
And the Mavericks with possession here after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Here's Burke. No good. Shot missing. Trailblazers leading by 6. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
The shot comes out, and the Mavericks going the other way now. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
Now here's McCollum. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Anthony, the pass to Giles. Back to Anthony. Good D by Hardaway.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. McCollum feeling it out a bit. 2 on the clock, and the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Portland out in front, leading by 4. Greg, we know many guys in the NBA have range, but
When I'm training in the summer,
the team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
They set a physical tone in the first, and that really showed on the backboard.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for the Mavericks, they got Powell. Burke is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Finney Smith in at the 4 slot. Catching up on the changes for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Harry Giles comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Powell in for Derek Jones. Cantor finds McCollum. Just 5 on the clock. The putback, it's good on the putback.
Elite offensive rebounder from the moment he stepped between the lines. Enes Kanter, that is a strength of his game.
We played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. And Doncic, here we go. And the shot goes down. Doncic has got 8 points.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Cullen passes to Powell. And here's Kanter. And the shot goes in.
Boy, Enes Kanter can percolate at times. Superb at getting into his rhythm. I love the release.
Doncic outside, inside. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. And the 3 off target. Portland leading by 4. Here's Giles. Count it. Good.
Boy, Carmelo Anthony is capable, when he wants to, of spotting that open man. Pretty pass.
Doncic against McCollum. And that one's good. Doncic. Trailblazers have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Outside Anthony. Doncic against McCollum. Here's Kanter. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, Enes Kanter continues to prove his worth, guys. An outstanding player on the offensive end.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Harry Giles. Little comes in for Anthony. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Norman Powell, and Damian Lillard subbed in for McCollum. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Reddick comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith.
Third foul of the half, and that's the risk you take leaving him out there.
And Portland making a change here. Nurkic is checked in, and it's Doncic missing.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Back to Lillard. Over Reddick. And it's Lillard missing. Mavericks trail by 6. Here's Doncic. Finished off the break. Doncic has got 8 points in the quarter.
Boy, it seems like every shot he puts up, it's going in. This guy is hot, hot.
Lillard against Doncic. Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Lillard outside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
You know, Dame loves to test the defense like that, runs up against it, and then outworks them.
A different look for Dallas. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Cauley-Stein. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for J.J. Redick. Now, here's Doncic. 12 points for him. Pass to Porzingis. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent. And now credit Porzingis because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these two guys can be.
Here's Doncic after Nasir Little's bucket. Shoots. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And Covington stays with it.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Dallas again missing.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
Lillard from outside knocks down the 3-ball. And now an 11-point Trailblazer lead.
And part of what makes Dame special, he can pour it in working off the ball. Rare to see a point guard who finds points without the rock in their hands.
Now here's Doncic. He's got 12.
Well, I'm telling you, this guy is doing everything he can to get them where they want to be. He's been on a mission in this period.
Doncic against Lillard. Little passes to Covington. Over to the wing. Here's Lillard. And they pick up 2. Lillard's got the lead up to 11 now for the Trailblazers.
Major props to Lillard there. Terrific focus to get hit on that shot.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Well, he's been an elite scorer. And that'll do it.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Damian Lillard out there with Hollis Jefferson. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Little in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a 6th sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Hollis Jefferson kicks to Lillard. And he uses the glass on the layup. Lillard's got 15 points.
Well, that's about court awareness. Hollis Jefferson playing very well within the confines of this offense.
Burke with it, can't recover. And there's the pass to Pop. Here's Little, and it's Little finishing it off.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And, boy, that's a terrific start right there.
And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That's his first foul. Jones checked in for the Trailblazers. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Lillard outside. Shot clock at 6. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 17 points in the game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Lillard comes with the double team. Kleba, the pass to Doncic. His three-pointers off the mark.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Mavericks trail by 13, and now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Off the inbound. Excellent D that time from Jones. And the foul called on Porzingis. That'll be his second foul of the game. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Harry Giles is checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Little. Norman Powell's checked in for Derek Jones. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Damian Lillard. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Trailblazers lead by 15.
Well, I love the attitude of Cantor. He is relentless on the offensive glass. How about that throw down?
Richardson the pass to Porzingis. Stolen by McCollum. And now it's Giles running. He can go all the way. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. McCollum outside. He kicks it to Powell. Back to McCollum. Just 5 to shoot. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Harry Giles. That's his first foul. And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Pass to Hardaway. Plenty of space. No good off the back of the rim. Trailblazers leading by 17. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. We were all witnesses last year to the pandemic, which struck with worldwide repercussions. The NBA was no exception. The 1920 season was altered, and this season was delayed. The league is finding a sense of solidarity and resolve under the leadership of Adam Silver. Now, sports is a microcosm of society as a whole, and we all are finding different ways to overcome this. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, D.A.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Dallas shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Robert Covington's checked in for Enes Kanter. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Giles. And it's Derek Jones in for Powell. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Back to Jones. Portland moving the ball around. And McCollum the bucket on the assist by Jones. McCollum's got 4 this quarter.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And here are the Trailblazers. They're on a 14-4 run right now. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Mavericks trailed by 19. Powell kicks to Brunson. Dallas again missing. Here's Covington. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Well, you can see Covington's speed and transition opportunities. That was a nice job getting out in front.
Can't connect. And so it's Portland sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. Jalen Brunson out there with J.J. Redick, and it's Cauley Stein in at the 5 down low. Lillard with the bucket.
They are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Passes it to Porzingis. Back to Brunson. And the layup is good.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
Portland leading by 21. The pass to Hollis Jefferson. Nurkic dishes to Lillard. And stolen by Cauley Stein. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. It's good on the putback.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
It's Covington on the wing. Down low. Kicks it out to Jones. Porzingis with the steal. And so they foul intentionally. A different look now for Portland. Little comes in for Hollis Jefferson. And McCollum subbed in for Jones. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Cauley Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Josh Richardson's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Cantor checked in for Robert Covington.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level.
Doncic looking it over. Over McCollum. Doncic with the bucket.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
McCollum passes to Nurkic. Back to McCollum. Here's Little. Three-pointer, Lillard. Kept alive. McCollum right side. Second chance shot. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
The Mavericks have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Porzingis against Nurkic. Here's Finney-Smith. No good with the triple. And the foul called on Porzingis. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That'll be his second foul of the game. And so here's Portland. McCollum passes to Cantor. Back to McCollum. Launches a three. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's his fourth foul of the contest. Dallas has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Doncic with it. Lillard picks him up. Finney-Smith passes to Doncic. Shoots over Lillard. Doncic, no good. Trailblazers leading by 22. From the arc. Cantor kicks to McCollum. Pass to Lillard. 6 to shoot. From deep. Nurkic the pass to Cantor. Portland moving the ball around. Lillard from deep three-point land. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Fast break, Dallas. Richardson's running. Doncic outside. Pass to Finney-Smith. This one for 3. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And for Portland, they're shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Portland.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Lillard.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
Cantor trying to free himself up. Man showing some terrific range.
And we've seen Lillard hit that shot before. He has no fear when it comes to the deep 3.
Doncic passes to Richardson. Back to Doncic. And he gets the bucket.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
McCollum against Richardson to the right side. That's a 2 from Lillard. It's rebounded by Doncic. To the paint. Here's Porzingis.
You know, I know that he can make the perimeter jump shot, but I really like it when Porzingis is taking it inside and making the defense deal with all that size.
And both free throws good for Porzingis. 8 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Here's Giles. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. All right, David, thank you. And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Sure is. Thanks, D.A. Both teams tonight dealing with some injury. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. They've got Derek Jones. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then it's Little. And it's Lillard in at the point guard position. And for Denver, Aaron Gordon out there with Michael Porter. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Rivers. And finished off by Porter.
And he's got a great balance of knowing when to slash inside. Porter needs to keep being this aggressive on the drive.
And it's Lillard missing. And instead of just swinging the ball around the perimeter, Clark, both these teams like to run offense through the post.
And I love that, Kevin. We don't see it very often, but you're right. Both of these teams emphatic about getting the ball inside, putting pressure on the defense by driving them inside or passing it into the post. And it allows both of them to play a very high-quality inside-out game. Yeah, great hustle from Gordon using his patented vertical to sky up for the board.
Here's Lillard. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Rivers. Back to Jokic. Puts it up from 12. And Denver again with the bucket.
Jokic is such a developed offensive player. He's really good at taking advantage of these mid-range spots.
Lillard surveying the D. Lillard again missing. For Denver, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Porter passes to Jokic. Kicks it to Rivers. Back to Jokic. Passes it to Porter. 6 on the shot clock. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Lillard from outside. And it's Lillard again missing.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but on occasion, you'll have periods like this.
Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Lays it up and banks it in.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And no doubt last season was a bit of a step backwards for Aaron Gordon. After that breakout 2019 season, his numbers just didn't hold up.
And, you know, Greg, the issue was his shooting. You know, Gordon had a tough time from distance, especially from three-point range. Some of that is maybe mechanic, but also shot selection a part of it. And I also thought he was a little more passive with the ball, maybe a little more indecisive. But again, he's a young player, really young player, so I'm thinking it was probably just an off year for him, and he'll bounce back in good fashion.
And Lillard is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Nuggets with some changes. Millsap comes in for Porter. And it's Shaquille Harrison in for Rivers. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Little. And Norman Powell subbed in for Jones. And that one's good, Jokic.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Lillard's got 5.
And we've seen Lillard hit that shot before. He has no fear when it comes to the deep three.
Back to Jokic. Now the pass to Harrison. In the corner, it's Gordon. And he goes big with the dunk right over Robert Covington.
Yeah, we saw this on display in the slam dunk contest. Gordon has some major bunnies, a creative slam dunk artist.
Now, here's Lillard. 5 points in the game.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Here's Gordon. We've got 22 seconds left in the first. Pass to Jokic. Shoots over Cantor. And it's Jokic missing. The shot by Lillard wide open. Drains the three-pointer. He's got 8.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
You know, using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Nuggets lead by 6. When Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping him. And before the game, we talked about that with him.
I think in the past, anytime I got into a rhythm.
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Portland, Powell is out there with C.J. McCollum. Then it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Then it's Enes Kanter, and it's Giles in at the power forward position. Now here's Porter. Right side Millsap. Pass to Harrison. Back to Green, right wing. Millsap finds Green. Over Giles. Powell pulls it in. Trailblazers trail by 8. Here's McCollum. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Now here's Green. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers.
And guys, if there's an X factor for this Nuggets team moving forward, it might be the young man, Michael Porter Jr. Talk about his potential. It could be as high as anybody on that roster.
Yeah, I concur with you there, Greg. I mean, you look at this kid, he's got a great shooting touch and really good scoring instincts that you don't see very often. Extremely gifted. They brought him along slowly, which is the wise thing to do. And if he can come on and realize his potential, he could take him to another level for sure.
Here's McCollum. Michael Porter making his last shot. Count it. And the Nugget lead has been cut down to 7 on the bucket from McCollum.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Harrison kicks to Porter. Passes it to McGee. Back to Porter. Over McCollum. Green breaking loose. Porter can't get that one to fall.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
Cantor, the pass to Powell. Here's McCollum. And Portland again with the bucket.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Harrison kicks to Millsap. Here's Harrison, covered by Hollis Jefferson. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
A different look for Denver. Jokic has checked in for Jermichael Green. Aaron Gordon comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Austin Rivers in for Porter. Now, here's Lillard. He's got 8. And Lillard throws it down.
Oh, I love watching Lillard turn on the Jets using that astounding speed to blaze past the defenders.
Rivers passes to Harrison. Rivers against Jones. Rivers kicks to Harrison. McGee in the high post. On the wing, Gordon. And they double up Gordon. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon. 1:16 left now here in the second. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Gordon. And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Giles comes in for Little. Norman Powell's checked in for Derek Jones. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Lillard. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Denver.
Really some great drives to the basket here early on for these guys.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Little's checked in. Campazzo, he's guarded by McCollum. Here's Gordon. An easy 2 points on the layup. Gordon's got 6 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Powell finds McCollum. Here's Little. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Little's got his first points of the game. The Nuggets leading by 6. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Back to Rivers. Powell with the steal. Little with the ball. He's against Jokic. Chalk up 2 there.
Good job there, getting himself a little space on the inside.
From deep three-point range. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the Denver had no problems getting going. Near flawless execution from. That's all for now.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Michael Porter's out there with Aaron Gordon. And it's Rivers. And it's Nikola Jokic. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Diaz, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions. Here's Lillard. Following the basket by Jokic. From deep. They get the rebound.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
Now here's Gordon. 6 points for him. Paul Millsap is checked in for Aaron Gordon. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Lillard with it. He's got 10. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
And that one drops.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility. And boy, he can strike at any time.
Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Here's Porter, and finished off by Porter.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Nurkic the pass to Lillard. And again, it's Portland converting.
And part of what makes Dame special, he can pour it in working off the ball. Rare to see a point guard who finds points without the rock in their hands.
Now, here's Jokic. He's got 8. Kicks it to Porter. Clock at 6. The putback. Millsap passes to Jokic. Rivers gets a wide open look. Goes up again. Nurkic with the block. They retain possession. Here's Porter. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And, you know, when Porter Jr. is healthy, I mean, he's got a lot of game. This guy is versatile. He's got good size. He's a multi-dimensional talent.
And the Nuggets with some changes. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Jokic. And it's Shaquille Harrison in for Rivers. And then for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington's checked in for Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Cantor. And it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson in for Little. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
And for a point guard, Lillard has some hops. Outstanding at knowing when to use them for the dunk.
And there's the pass to Harrison. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Enes Kanter's checked in for Robert Covington. Giles comes in for Hollis-Jefferson. Norman Powell's checked in for Jones. And McCollum subbed in for Lillard. Here's Powell. It's tipped. Giles kicks to McCollum. for the lead. Count it. McCollum's got the lead up to 2 now for the Trailblazers.
And give McCollum credit. It's big for his confidence when he's able to muscle these shots in.
Morris passes to Harrison. Back to Morris. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Anthony leading the charge. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Yeah, really strong offensive thrust there, but then how about the defense able to negate that attack?
Yeah, doing exactly what he had to do right there to make sure he wasn't going to get flushed on or Instagrammed.
Robert Covington's checked in for Portland.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Millsap down low. Pass to Chunchard. Back to Millsap. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Here's Morris. Here's McGee. Back to Millsap. He kicks it to McGee. Here's Harrison. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Pass to Chunchard. Covington with the steal.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
And here's McCollum. He has 7. Morris with the rebound.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. Portland out in front as they wrap up the 3rd quarter on a 14-6 run. And we're coming right back. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this 4th quarter promises to be a good one. On the court for the Trailblazers, we've got Damian Lillard. Anthony is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. 6 to shoot. Back to Jokic. Nurkic with the steal. An open look for Lillard. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And the Trailblazers lead by 4. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Portland.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively. They've been turning those turnovers into points.
Jokic with the steal. Covington with the steal. Powell the pass to Lillard. And the basket is good. And it's a 6-point Trailblazer lead.
What strength from Lillard, just not allowing the defense to have the last word.
Dishes at the Millsap. It's Rivers on the wing. Jokic kicks to Rivers. The Nuggets with a new 14. Second shot opportunity. Good D by Covington. Trailblazers leading by 6. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Gordon deciding where to go with it. Passes to Jokic. That's tipped. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. For Portland, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the 4th quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Powell, the pass to Lillard. Drains it from beyond the arc. Lillard's got the lead up to 11 now for the Trailblazers.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. There's the pass to Jokic. Now here's Rivers. Banked in off the glass. Rivers has got his first 2 points.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Outside, Covington. Lillard from outside. Nurkic controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Trailblazers lead by 11.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
Shot by Gordon, wide open. No good from outside. The Trailblazers on offense, stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Lillard again missing. And so it's Rivers with it. He'll bring it up for the Nuggets. Gordon, the pass to Rivers. There's 1:38 left here in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 6. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession. Porter's checked in for Denver. Portland also making some changes. Enes Kanter's checked in for Robert Covington. Little comes in for Anthony. And Jones subbed in for Pop. And Jokic throws it down.
At his size, Jokic a threat to throw it down, showing you how dominant he can be inside.
Lillard fires away from way outside, from beyond the arc, and then some. Lillard's got 26. The Nuggets trail by 12. Jones against Rivers. Jokic with the bounce pass. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Trailblazers.
A few times this season, turnovers have cost them, but they really kept the ball under control.
They were both focused and relentless.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Lillard.
Boy, this game really had his name all over it. I mean, he relished being the guy to carry the load offensively.
Back to Porter. Campazzo covered by Lillard. That shot missing. Now here's Kanter. Passed a little. Lillard from deep three-point land. Denver grabs the miss.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. Morris against Lillard. Lets a floater go, and Morris with the lay-in.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Misses the deep three-point attempt, and so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. A solid win on the road for them. the bright lights and tall buildings of downtown Los Angeles. And nothing.
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Little out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Los Angeles, Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the 4. So the Portland Trail Blazers able to put the first points up on the board. Passes it to Leonard. And then Leonard with the dunk.
I like when Reggie Jackson is seeking out his teammates. He could have took that shot, but his teammate, he was wide open.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He's still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injury slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
Here's Jones. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Jackson against Lillard. Nurkic with the block. And now here comes Jones leading the break. Here's Lillard. Covington trying to break free.
Not going to beat Paul George with that move. He's too long and too talented of a defender.
George against Jones. And George, here we go. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
For Portland, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Three-pointer, Lillard. Rebound by the Clippers.
In a funk this quarter, he's trying to shoot his way out of it.
Here's Leonard. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
Here's George after Nasir Little's bucket. Great D that time from Nurkic. And again, Portland running the court in transition. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Covington finds Lillard. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. That one doesn't drop. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
George, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Lets it go from deep with the putback. And Covington stays with it. Covington's got his second bucket.
So smart in these situations. Love how Covington often picks the correct route to run.
Jackson from long range bangs home the trifecta.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotation.
Oh!
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Zubac, great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. From deep. And there's Lillard. That's good on the assist by Nurkic. Lillard's got 7 points. Jackson against Lillard. Jackson passes to Zubac. To the middle. Here's George. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And the focus Paul George has. Outstanding job finding a way to score on physical defense.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubats. Batum comes in for Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Leonard. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Trailing by 2. Here's George. It's deflected and out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. Andrew Beverly, he's checked in for the Clippers. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Cantor trying to free himself up, and then Lillard slams it in.
And for a point guard, Lillard has some hops. Outstanding at knowing when to use them for the dunk.
Rondo kicks to Beverly. From deep three-point range, Portland grabs the miss. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. Can't drop the tough three-pointer. Can't hit that one. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Portland. He finishes with 9. And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched upon.
What we've learned is staying together, staying.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
Patrick Beverly out there with Luke Kennard. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Batum. And it's Man in at the 3, the small forward. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Here's Cousins. And the layup's good off the glass. Greg, you and I talked about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. And you played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think 2 guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the 2 guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. Here's Powell. Here's Giles. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Giles has got 4 points this quarter. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Cousins, the pass to Kennard. All sorts of time. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Yeah, and that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? McCollum. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Nice touch there from McCollum. Looking comfortable and confident from that range.
Beverly against McCollum. Batum scanning the floor. Pass to Man. Over Anthony. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Man. McCollum against Kennard. 18 feet out. No good on that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Outside for Batum. A 3-ball. Here's Man. Kennard on the wing. 3-pointer. 5 to shoot. Batum wide open. He fires. It's good from long range.
Not just a knockdown shooter, he does a great job of finding space for his shot.
McCollum against Kennard. Clippers trail by 3. Beverly dishes to Cousins. And the jam by DeMarcus Cousins.
A better athlete than some people give him credit. DeMarcus entertaining the crowd.
Here's McCollum. Cantor's shot is off.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game. And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverly is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
Poke loose. Kennard for 3. And Cousins kicks to Kennard. Here's Mann. Los Angeles keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. They trail by 1. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And so the ball out of bounds. McCollum touched it last. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And it's the Clippers' ball. They're on a 13-4 run. Here's George. It's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. George has got the lead up to 3 now for the Clippers. Lillard against Rondo. From deep. No good that time. It off in time, and that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Clippers ahead. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They only had a couple rough stretches as the first period. And that should do.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the floor for Portland, Robert Covington out there with Little. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Nurkic in at the 5. Stolen by Jackson. George with the ball. Lillard picks him up. Morris passes to Zubac. Outside for Jackson. George with no one around. No good on the 3. The Trailblazers shooting around 41% on the night. Covington passes to Jones. 3-pointer, Lillard. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got 5 rebounds tonight. Takes a 3. Floats one up. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Lillard from deep 3-point land. Hope they get it back. Here's Nurkic. And at last, they get one to fall. And the Trailblazers lead by 2. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. The 3 from George. And Jones pulls it down.
Missed 4 straight shots now. At one point, do you have to call a timeout and regroup?
I'm glad we got to see the mobile 1 block once more. What a play.
and read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Hollis Jefferson's checked in. Lillard dishes to Little. Three-pointer. Lillard misses.
His inability to make shots has not brought this team down. That shows you their resourcefulness.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points. See, that's a solid effort on the defensive glass. You need guys who are willing to work, willing to get their hands dirty inside.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Patrick Beverly is checked in for Jackson. Portland also making some changes. Enes Kanter comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Derek Jones.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
George with the ball. Now guarded by Nurkic. Pass to Zubac. And here's George. He has 7 for the 3. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 6th rebound on the night.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Here's McCollum. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double-checking, and the game continues on.
So for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington comes in for Enes Kanter. And it's Derek Jones in for McCollum. And Beverly kicks to Leonard. Morris outside. And a deep 3 from George. Los Angeles with a fresh shot clock. And Zubac picks up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Trailblazers leading by 3. It's McCollum on the wing. Pulls up from the corner, and he hits the jump shot. McCollum's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And with that great handle and high basketball IQ, McCollum remains a lethal pick-and-roll option.
George, that's a 2-pointer. They get it again. The shot, no good. And Portland with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Paul George with the steal. 46 seconds left in the 3rd. And that one's good. Beverly.
I love this about Patrick Beverly. He's just a fighter. He's never going to back down.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Trailblazers leading by 3. The shot and game clock separated by 4. McCollum with the ball. He's got 6. Lobs it up for Kanter. McCollum finds Kanter. 6 on the shot clock. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
We're at the end of the 3rd, and we've still got a close one. Trailblazers. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. They've got Rajon Rondo. Batuma's out there with Kennard. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in at the 2. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
The pass to Jones. Back to McCollum. Over Rondo. McCollum, no good.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
To take the lead. The 17-footer. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Damian Lillard's checked in for McCollum. Lillard outside. Pass to Jones. Back to Lillard. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by Los Angeles. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Cousins trying to free himself up. Drops in the layup for 2. Now it's a 3-point Los Angeles lead. Now here's Lillard. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
Jumps up and denied. He sends it right off the glass. And an intentional foul right there. So for the Trailblazers, Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. And it's Little in for Hollis Jefferson. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Batum passes to Beverly. And the shot goes in. Beverly's got the lead up to 3 now for the Clippers.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Lillard finds Jones. Back to Lillard. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Lillard's got 19 points.
Major props to Lillard there. Terrific focus to get hit on that shot and still deliver.
Beverly dishes to Cousins. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
They need points trying to keep some momentum. Cousins understands the situation.
Nobody near Lillard. And he hits it to tie the game up. He's got 22.
You know that he's always going to find a way to get the ball in tight situations like that and knock it down.
Beverly deciding where to go with it. Cousins trying to free himself up. And it's Beverly missing. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. McCollum's checked in for Derek Jones. A 3 from McCollum. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Leonard's got his 4th rebound in this one. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
The all-around game Paul George possesses is so special. His versatility is what makes him so valuable.
Kanter checked in for Portland. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
Unfortunate that he missed one, but he still hit a crucial point there to help get his team the lead.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
From deep, George buries the long-range jumper. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
Tips it, and Cantor able to finish. Cantor's got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers.
And his teammates love it. Cantor taking charge on a huge possession. You can just see him brimming with confidence, not afraid of the big moment.
Jackson drives in. Got it! The coach's challenge has been issued. First game like this, out of the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And a deep three from Lillard. Buries the triple.
And that bucket was absolutely huge. A defensive stop now may just seal the deal.
To the inside, Nurkic with the steal. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a three-point game.
Big-time free throws there. That could be the difference. It forces them now into a three-point attempt.
And the Clippers call time here. They're behind by 3. 3 seconds left in the game. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
And so the big win by Portland. The sprawling metropolis of Dallas, Texas is... And before...
Hey, Kevin.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Little. And it's Jones in at the two-guard spot. And for the Mavericks, we've got Josh Richardson. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the three, the small forward.
Oh, man, as good of a shooter as he is, it drives him crazy to miss a wide-open three like that.
Chris, it doesn't matter if they're two of the best teams in the league or the two worst. When these guys get together, these rivals, it's always fun.
Yeah, Kevin, you're so right. When it's a conference rivalry, that's even better. They know each other so well, and that doesn't make them friends.
And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Covington with the steal. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. That shot off. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Marjanovic passes to Doncic. Back to Marjanovic. About a minute played so far here in the first. Pass to Finney-Smith. Shot clock at 5. Tries again. And the basket good. A bank shot that time.
And that'll start us off already. You can feel the tension in this arena.
Oh, man, these fans are pumped. I expect them to be loud tonight. Should be a great game.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open. And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. But this team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
Here's Jones after Luka Doncic's bucket to the paint and stolen by Richardson. And here we go. Richardson heading to the hoop. So it's Richardson with the jam.
What a steal by Richardson. Tough to protect the ball against hands that fast.
Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That's his first foul. Lillard against Doncic. Lillard attacking.
And Porzingis demonstrating there why he's an effective two-way player, positioning himself well there to just bother the shooter.
Doncic with the bucket.
He's got some pep in his step tonight. I wonder what he had to eat last night. I mean, very solid first quarter for him at the offensive end.
The shot by Lillard wide open. Nurkic finds Covington. Three-pointer Lillard. Trailblazers keep it alive. For 3. No good there.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Oh, man. Awful display from him so far. But you know he's going to keep working to try to turn it around.
Porzingis passes to Finney-Smith. Back to Porzingis. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Marjanovic. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Will it go? And it's Lillard again missing.
He just can't find the touch this quarter. He's got to keep grinding, though, and looking for the best shot possible.
And they get it back. Out to Doncic. Passes it to Finney-Smith. Back to Doncic. Moves back up. Porzingis trying to get free. That misses off the backboard.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And Jones has it in the corner. Outside, Covington. And Damian Lillard throws it down hard.
It's easy to forget about Lillard's hops. I mean, this guy has some sick dunks up his sleeve.
Doncic feeling it out. 58 seconds left in the first quarter. Trailblazers trail by 5. Here's Lillard. And it's Lillard again missing.
That's high-quality defense right there. Reading the situation, reacting, and making that a very tough jump shot. Open court basketball at its best. The D slow to catch up, and the assist leads him right to the bucket.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Now here's Powell. Trailblazers trail by 7. Lobs it up for Anthony. Hardaway with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Burke's got it. Powell, that's good.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. A terrific tempo and a great... And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Well, setting the pace early. Aggressive mind state. I love their approach so far.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the small forward. Here's Brunson. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Trailblazers trail by 9. The pass to Giles. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Back to McCollum. Pass to Kanter. Over Cauley Stein. And that one hits back iron. The Mavericks shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. It's Redick on the wing. Powell, the pass to Brunson. Outside Hardaway. Off target from three-point range. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Portland. Anthony in the corner. Back to McCollum. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
And shooters beware. Cauley Stein is very crafty at how he rises up for the block. So good at catching scores off guard with his wide reach.
And finally, someone scores.
Yeah, this is low output for both teams. This is ugly. The defense is having their way so far.
Powell finds Brunson. Ball's knocked loose. Outside, Redick. From the arc. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Trailblazers trail by 7. McCollum outside. Kanter dishes to McCollum. And the rejection by Cauley Stein. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Cauley Stein's got the lead up to 9 now for the Mavs.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Anthony, the pass to McCollum. Here's Giles, guarded by Hardaway. Here's Anthony. Here's Giles. Powell pulls it in.
That's a shot they're always happy to get, even when he blows the finish.
Out to the right wing. Brunson kicks to Cauley Stein. Redick with the 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And now it's a 12-point Dallas lead. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there's so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul, 3 guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness, all the while he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst, partner, but a fan, and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. Giles, the pass to Anthony. And the wide open shot from Redick. That one wide left. Trailblazers trail by 12. Powell for 3. They get it back. Here's McCollum. That's tipped. Brunson kicks to Redick with the shot. Cauley Stein passes to Brunson. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Portland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Powell for 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Powell's got it back down to within single digits for the Trailblazers. Mavericks have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. The drive by Doncic. Richardson the pass to Doncic. And that one, good.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with a comfortable lead. He has shot them in the foot with his inability to make shots tonight.
From deep. With the tip, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Finney Smith's got his second basket.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Nurkic kicks to Little. Pass to Lillard. For the 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Porzingis has got his 6th rebound on the night. Lets it fly from 18. And the last second attempt does not go in. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, right out of the gates, it was Dallas setting the tone. They showed great chemistry, going on a quick 10-3. Thanks for joining us.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Trailblazers trail by 13. We've got Doncic. Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Richardson, and it's Finney Smith in at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Shoots from the elbow. That one a little long.
Oh, he found the open space for mid-range. Just maybe rush his release a little bit.
Jones, the pass to Lillard. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And it's 7 points for Damian Lillard.
I mean, look at that. The touch of Lillard inside. So impressive. He's terrific at generating points.
Knocks it loose and stolen by Lillard. Lobs it up for Cantor, and the officials call a traveling violation. Dallas leading by 9. Doncic outside. Tries it from the top of the key. And the rebound by Nurkic.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Jones dishes to Cantor. Lillard from outside. The Mavericks pull it in. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. To the middle. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. And he's back in business as a jumper finally drops for him.
And love how much Doncic believes in himself. It shows when he shoots off the pass like that.
That one good for 2. Lillard's got 9 points.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Doncic kicks to Richardson. Back to Doncic. Trailblazers trail by 9. Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
And don't sleep on Lillard's vertical. When he's going strong to the bucket, he's capable of throwdowns like these.
Doncic outside. Passes to Finney-Smith. Here's Richardson. Charity stripe shot. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Doncic has got 4 points in the quarter. Lillard way outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
The remarkable range of Lillard. I mean, you see these shots he makes from distance with ease, effortlessly.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Giles checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Little. Now he's checked in for Jones. And McCollum subbed in for Lillard.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Brunson against McCollum. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
They throw good, McCollum. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant. And
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Runs in the pass to Cauley Stein. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Trailblazers trail by 5. And here's McCollum for 3. Cauley Stein grabs the board.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Hardaway dishes to Burke. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. The Mavericks shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. And that one falls for Burke. Both shots good from the stripe.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for Portland. 7-point differential. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. McCollum's got 7 points in the game.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Cauley Stein kicks to Burke. Back to Cauley Stein. Shot clock at 6. Powell, no one around him. The shot by Cauley Stein, no good.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against him. That's just great work inside.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
Runs in the pass to Cauley Stein.
Oh, man. Cauley Stein is just a workhorse down inside, and because of his efforts, he earns a lot of tough foul calls in the process.
This is his first free throw of the game. He's perfect from the line this time. Now here's Hollis Jefferson. No good on the last second attempt there. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Mavericks ahead. They lead by. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, I like that he didn't make his decision too early. You know, he let the play develop. That's how you do it. Finds the weakness in that
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the court for the Trailblazers, Giles is out there with Ennis Cantor. Then it's Anthony. Then there's McCollum. And it's Powell in at the shooting guard position. And then Lillard slams it in.
D has got to do a better job clogging up routes to the rim. Lillard is a terror when it comes to driving inside.
Here's Doncic. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And that one's good. Lillard.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
This is why they go to him in these spots. I mean, they trust his judgment and ability to score down the stretch.
And that one is good.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Outside, Covington. Doncic against Lillard. And the pass to Marjanovic. Richardson outside. Dallas moving the ball around. Doncic kicks to Marjanovic. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
Oh, defense, they just took that possession off. I mean, they get away with it that time, but they got to show some more aggression. He's playing lights out right now. I mean, inspired basketball in the second half.
Dallas leading by 3. Doncic with it. High arcing shot. Pass to Richardson. Outside, Porzingis. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Lillard, and he makes that one. Now just a 1-point Maverick lead.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And there is a whistle. That'll go on Jared Jones. That is his first foul of the game. J.J. Redick's checked in for Dallas. Cantor's checked in for the Trailblazers. Here's Doncic. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Doncic has got 6 in the quarter.
Has he risen to the challenge down the stretch, or what? 3 or 4 here in the fourth.
Lillard against Doncic. High post try. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Lillard's got 24 points.
He wants the ball. They want him to have the ball. And as usual, he comes through in the clutch.
Here's Doncic. He gets that one. Doncic has got 12 points here in the second half.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
Porzingis with the block. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. The feed to Doncic. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the... And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
McCollum's checked in for the Trailblazers.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
A minute 20 left to play in the final quarter. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Damian Lillard. Here's Doncic. Doesn't hit that one. Good D by McCollum. Here we go, one-on-one. Powell against Lillard. Shoots over Powell. Yes! A huge shot to tie it up.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and it's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
Lillard scanning the floor. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
He drops the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1.
A rapper off the court, number 0 from the town, an elite point guard. He has plenty of personality. He's a fun guy to be around.
How fantastic was that? One mistake and the game's over, but he gets it done.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. It's good!
And they still have a foul to give at this point.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. To take the lead. No good from three-point territory. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. Guys, your thoughts?
And the only chance here is a lob at the front of the rim. A tip in to tie the game. There's not enough time to get a catch and shoot.
And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Luka Doncic.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
Lillard is known for being a clutch shooter. He's the guy they go to. He's the guy they believe in.
And so the timeout here taken by Rick Carlisle. To win the game, but the last second shot is offline. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. We've got more. These teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. And it's the Mavericks to start out. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, they've got Porzingis. Doncic out there with J.J. Redick. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith into the 3.
All night long, Lillard has been taking over on the offensive end. I mean, adjusting to every defense they've thrown at him.
And there is a whistle. That'll go on Derek Jones. That's foul number 2 for him. Cantor, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And it's the Mavericks with the ball. Here's Doncic. Nurkic with the block.
A defensive anchor. I mean, you got to admire how Nurkic uses his wingspan to turn shots back. But Lillard, he's an exceptional player. He's a guy you trust to make the right decision in these moments.
Doncic outside.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, the D is worrying too much about the other 4 guys. I mean, they can't give him open jumpers.
Lillard outside. And it's good for 2. Lillard's got 41.
Well, it's easy to appreciate Lillard. Fantastic at powering through the D and nailing the shots.
Doncic outside. Trying to get open is Marjanovic. Up and in on the layup. Doncic has got it all tied up now for Dallas.
Just a terrific all-around scoring effort from him. I mean, it's because of that they're even in this game.
Doncic with the steal. Fast break. Here we go. Dallas moving the ball around. Here's Porzingis. Unable to get that one. Great D that time from Nurkic. Cantor with it. Out guarded by Porzingis. Pass to Nurkic. Lillard outside. And a lot of contact on that one. So the coach's challenge has been issued. A game like this, onto the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Hardaway's checked in for the Mavericks. And Portland with a change here, too. Little's checked in. Doncic outside. Inside. Stolen by Cantor. Porzingis with the steal. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
And you can tolerate gaps like that sometimes. But in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
Here's Lillard. It falls!
What more can you say about Lillard's gritty demeanor on the court? I guess contact doesn't bother.
Doncic against Jones. It's good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. And stolen by Richardson. Yes!
And you can tell that Doncic loves leaking out. Able to get to the right spot there in transition.
Now Lillard. 13 feet away. Oh, missed it. Dallas calls timeout. And stolen by Lillard. And so we are tied again at the end of overtime. Now we're headed to overtime number 2. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. Can't stop now. We're ready for another extra period. What a game of basketball this has been. And Portland has possession. Here's Little. No good on that one. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Cantor checked in for Anthony.
The assist is the key to that sequence. I mean, a great look to set him up.
Now a timeout called by Portland. And Portland making a change here. McCollum's checked in. Portland trailing here. Lillard outside. Stolen. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Here's Doncic. Makes it off the glass. Doncic has got 38 points.
And when you want Doncic, he's one of those guys who kind of just slithers around until he finds an opening, and then bam.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. Jones, he's checked in for McCullough. Trailblazers trail by 4. Here is Lillard. And he lays it straight in. Lillard's got 47 points.
You can't do a lot to stop Lillard. He's amazing at absorbing contact on these drives.
Doncic outside. Kicks it out to Richardson. Back to Doncic. Clock at 6. And he comes up with the deuce.
Oh, that's just a terrific night for him from the floor, making almost everything he looks at.
Lillard against Doncic. Lillard dishes to Cantor. Jones the pass to Lillard. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Well, Lillard isn't afraid to get physical. In fact, he embraces any chance he can to get foul shots.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. And both free throws good for Damian Lillard.
As confident as it gets at the line. He wants to be up there in the tight ball game.
Now, here's Doncic. Lays it up off the glass. Doncic has got 42 in the game.
Guys, you never know what you'll see when you're watching Luka Doncic. His offensive creativity is through the roof.
Lillard attacking. Can't cash in from close range. Mavericks leading by 4. Passes it to Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
And with that unique combination of size and skill, Porzingis is a dependable late-game scoring option.
And the rejection by Marjanovic. Doncic against Jones. Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And possessing such a refined feel for the game, that Doncic knows he has what it takes to be a great player in this league.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Covington's checked in. Dallas with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2. He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 9.
Well, Richardson comes from a military family. His mom was an officer in the Air Force, so he knows about discipline on and off the court. That helps a pro ball player.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Porzingis. Nicolo O'Malley comes in for Marjanovic. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Powell against Doncic. Offensive rebound. Now the pass to Brunson.
And they've been a different team here in overtime. They just seem to have lost their energy.
Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession.
Story of their game right here. One sloppy play after another.
And guys, overtime not nearly as competitive as regulation. They'd used up all their energy just getting it to overtime.
And so it's Dallas winning this one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up.